Too hard. Did you see that?
Are you answering to that, or are you gonna plead the fifth?
To what?
Silence is key.
For what?
Exactly. What?
Answer what?
Do you like it?
Like what?
It.
How does he? How does he say? You know what they say?
Yeah, it is what it is. It's okay.
If you say you know what they say to somebody and they answer back with something, they're automatically right. Welcome back to UnWoKeN, the number one podcast in the world for young conservative media. That's a fact. My facts, of course. Here today, meeting him for the second time.
Second time.
Gavin. Don't even know his last name.
Kraft, man.
Gavin
like
Kraft.
Macaroni and cheese.
Nice.
Nice.
Gavin Kraft, man. That's a pretty unique name, bro.
It's kind of easy to remember.
Just like Scott Davis, too, man. It's 10 letters.
Right. Same. 10 letters.
Oh, wait. You said Gavin Kraft. You were saying Gavin Kraft, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Gavin.
Man's not in my name. It's just
Gavin Kraft. Dude. 10 letters.
10 letters.
Hot damn.
Twins, bro.
The fate of the universe, man.
That's how it is. I'm a fan of sport. Like, good sportsmanship goes a long way. Doesn't matter what team you're on, as long as you have good sportsmanship and you're compassionate for what you do. It doesn't matter who you're playing for, because you're just playing for fun. You're not like in it to. Yeah. Well, I would say in it to win it. You got to be in it to win it, because why else would you be in it?
To hurt people.
Who hurt you, man?
Dude, I would be. We were talking about this the other day. I saw one of my old coaches. And he's like, son, you would be expelled for a season in football now if they had the targeting rule. Because I was, like I said, I gained 110 pounds in 3 months. And I didn't have a set position. They put me on the kickoff return, which is the most dangerous play in football. So my fat ass couldn't get up the field as fast as everybody else. So what did I do? I'd be looking around for those motherfuckers that stopped paying attention during the play.
I mean,
and I took your fucking head off. For our homecoming game, we played Brobridge, who had 4 guys who signed to go at LSU. And they were on the number one 4x4 relay team in the country. So 2 of them on one side, 2 of them on the other side. The other 2 weren't paying attention. One of them to this day still remembers me from it. I hit this motherfucker so hard. He literally came out of his shoes. Hit the other guy. The other guy's helmet came off. My dad told me whenever I got back from the sideline, he said, son, my dad coached for 30 years in high school sports. He goes, I've been around a long time. He goes, I ain't never in my life seen a hit like that. Oh, dude. And the guy, after I hit him, he got up. His fucking mouthpiece is out, his helmet's on. I was like, oh, so y'all like to hit, huh? And then he fell right back down.
It literally knocked him out of his cleats.
Out of his cleats. Our kitchen manager at the restaurant still talks about it to this day. Man. She said that's the only time in her life she's ever seen somebody get knocked out of their shoes.
That's a hard blow.
That dude, I gave myself a concussion from hitting him.
Damn. And you he flew.
He knocked his own other player out.
Oh man. Straight airborne, like.
I have never in my life hit somebody so hard.
I mean, at least you had the motivation and you followed through.
Oh, dude, I hit my own teammates.
If they are in your way, right?
If you're in my way, you're in my way.
Just get out the way.
But then again, my freshman year, you asked who hurt me. My parents were divorcing at my freshman year. So we started spring football right as they were divorcing.
Oh, so you had all that anger.
Oh, so I was pissed.
Had to take it out somewhere.
Oh, I did.
I feel bad for whoever was on the opposite end.
I hit my own quarterback once.
Oh, man.
Never did it again, though. That's the only person I never hit again. But then again, I was on defense, even though he had the red jersey on.
Were you a lineman or a linebacker?
So I played defensive end my sophomore year and D-tackle. Then they switched me mid-season to right guard, then to right tackle, then to left tackle,
They just moved you everywhere.
I didn't have a set position until senior year. And then I played left guard in the wing tee offense at 180 pounds in a 5A school.
I guess they were just trying to see what you were best at. They knew you fucked people up.
Oh, dude, I was a glorified fullback.
I would be afraid if you ran at me full speed. And like, cause you knocked the one dude out of his cleats, if I witnessed that, I would just go bench myself right there. Like I would not even. I'd be like, look, y'all can win. I'll take the L.
Just run towards the end zone on the opposite side of me.
I don't relate to people my age. They're just so childish. They worry about the wrong things. I'm that big picture guy. I'm looking down the road. Like these little speed bumps in the road right now. When you're 10 years down the road, you're not going to remember that little fucking bump, that little pothole that threw you off course. You're going to remember, where you're at then. What happens now doesn't necessarily matter as much as the big picture.
All right, well, give an example of they worry about small stuff. Like gender pronouns.
All right, so the pronouns. Oh my God. Nowadays, you just, back then the generation, they had Wonder Woman. Now we wonder if she's a woman. Like, they've got pansexual, asexual, like all these things. I thought that it was just you either like women or you don't.
Dude, I made a little TikTok about what it's like to be a straight, white, Christian man on Tinder. Swiping through, you got pansexual, straight woman. Then you have queer, straight woman. Then you have transgender, straight woman. No, if you're a transgender woman, you're not straight.
Yeah, like you.
First of all.
Gavin got a transgender. See the one on the fucking dating thing the other day.
Yeah,
and look, if you're gonna actually say that you're transgender on the like Bumble and TikTok and Tinder, thank you for pointing that out.
Like, don't trick me, because
you got tricked.
Some of these people are convincing, man. Like
look for the Adam's apple.
The surgeries that they have now available for that. Like, I understand if you in your heart believe that you are not who you were supposed to be. I fully support you.
It's a mental disease called gender dysphoria.
To an extent. I feel like there is a purpose for everybody on this earth, and there's a reason you are the way you are. When you go changing that, you're just like, where's your purpose? You don't even know anymore. Like, if you feel like you're more feminine, just be gay. Right? Like, because back in the day, that was frowned upon. But nowadays, it's like LGBTQ plus. Like,
nobody really gives a fuck.
Nobody does. I don't care because I consider myself super straight. I like women that were born women.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do anything but people hide that now. Like, if you were born a man and you chose to be a woman, or vice versa, and then you choose to hide that, why would you even change? If you can't openly express that to people. Because, like, how many guys just, hanging out with a chick all night, take her home, and then she whip out a dick that was bigger than mine? Like, god damn. The level of how played I would feel.
I don't think that's very common nowadays, though, because you can actually, with the amount of technology,
can cut it off.
Well, with the amount of technology that we have now, is that you could be able to look up somebody's stuff.
Yeah, Facebook, man.
Facebook could tell you everything.
Everything.
One thing I'm not going to do is sugarcoat anything about how I feel.
Yeah, I speak my mind. If it comes to my mind, I have no filter.
That was the number one thing I said the first day that we started this podcast. In our first episode, I said, I am never going to apologize for any fucking thing that I state that is my opinion.
You shouldn't. It's America.
Because I got a lot of shit about the bisexual comments. I got a lot of shit about that.
There are 10 men for every woman on this earth. If you think about it, there's like 10 men. If men fuck who they can, women fuck who they want.
Mm-hmm.
And women run the world. You know why? Because they have all the pussy and half the money.
Yep. And it goes back down to an evolutionary scale embedded in us.
See, I'm the kind of guy, I like to live in the moment. But nowadays, every time something crazy or something like actually genuine happens, what's the first thing everyone does?
Yep.
Pick their phones up, start videoing. They don't live in the moment.
I was telling her the other day, whenever me and my friends get together, or we're all sitting at a dinner table or all hanging out, whenever I put my phone down, everybody has to follow.
Yeah, I feel like that is a perfectly like legit rule. Like if you're hanging out, you're not hanging out with the people on your phone. You can hang out with them any time of the day. They're not going anywhere. They're in your phone.
Mm.
But like if you're with people in company, put that shit up, bro.
Yep.
Put that shit up. Because nowadays people don't have any communication skills, no social skills at all.
None, dude.
Like you can't talk to women. Like you could be sitting in a bar next to a chick and she would rather text you sitting right next to you than to talk in a physical conversation.
Well, let's get your perspective on this because.
No, I was just saying because.
Well, no. I want to know your opinion on this.
We want to know.
I want to know your opinion on this because I'm a firm believer, and if I'm gonna ask a woman for her number, I'm gonna ask her for her number. I'm not asking for your fucking Snapchat.
Yeah, fuck that.
Now there is an argument that some women make that say, some of my friends say they prefer to do Snapchat so that way.
We've already talked about this before.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it shows more confidence if you ask for the number.
Yeah, it shows more maturity as well. Because I feel like.
I think he asked for my number and I just sent my Snapchat.
Yeah,
I've had a girl tell me, like, she was like, "You can cash at me." I was like, "The fuck?" It's like, "What do you want? $1? $1? I'll give you $1. If it's hurting that bad, come on."
all right. So
50 cents.
So since we're talking about dating in our generation and how those play a big part in it, what's your worst first date experience?
I have not had a lot of first dates, honestly. I've been on maybe 4 or 5 dates. That's it. Like all in all total. I've had a lot of sex. Like most of the time it's just like, let's get it on, get out of here, go about your business, you know, hit it, quit it, oof, poof, ejaculate, evacuate, in and out, come and go.
In and out. You just go in and out, that's it?
I mean, well, I take my time. I'm not no two-pump chump. I like to actually get with it. But once the deed is done, gotta run.
All about the foreplay, man. Which
Most
is so
women
underrated.
don't foreplay now.
No, you gotta lead though. As the man, you have to lead.
Yes, you do. I do believe in that. But see, I'm not like, I guess you would say traditional. Like, you know, just a missionary or, you know.
You know that's actually, though, the most intimate. That missionary is the number one position that women orgasm from the most.
Yeah. But see, I like to tie them up. Erotic asphyxiation to the max.
That takes time though to work into that. That's like relationship type shit. Unless you've been hooking up on a regular basis.
I don't know. See, I like the crazy girls. I don't know why I attract just psychos, like literal crazy women. Every girl that I've been with has been like mentally fucked. I don't know how it just attracts. I have had one girl that was sane and like normal, I guess you would say. And she said I was crazy. I was like, what? I know that, but like, tell me something I don't know. Everybody's fucked up in their own way.
Oh, absolutely.
It's 2022. Our generation, like our parents' generation, I would say, they weren't really the best parents. You know, their parents were really good. Like our grandparents, awesome. Like everybody loves their grandparents, or I would hope at least. Mm. And our parents, like my dad, I'm still waiting on him to come back with the milk. It's been 21 years. Like, where is he at? Just, I know a milk ain't that hard to find, bro.
Yeah.
You know, but
raising the cow, bro.
I mean, if you also think about it, like our parents licensing, like in order to drive a car, you get a license at 15. Like nowadays, you got to be 18 and you got to be 21 to buy tobacco.
Yeah.
Like back then, you know, it was way different. The laws were different. Everybody was getting pregnant at 16. Like 16 and pregnant wouldn't have even been a TV show back then.
But and their relationships lasted longer.
Yes, because they were like genuine. They knew how to communicate, socialize.
Well, they didn't give up so easily.
They didn't have these to cheat.
Yeah,
They had
those.
pagers, Walkmans, satellite phones. Like, you got to stop your car, put the damn antenna on top, and ring somebody.
So one thing I will say, and I don't want to ask you too personal questions, but that's true. Like your dad just kind of left out of your life.
Well, I mean, he was a drug addict, so he was on and off of drugs, and he just wasn't really there
Yeah.
at all. The only time we knew where he was at was when he was in jail.
See, dude, I was extremely blessed to live the life. I'm extremely blessed to live the life that I live. My parents did everything they could for me. My dad passed about 5 years ago, but one thing I will say, I got a lot of stuff from my dad in terms of like being by myself. All right, so one thing I can say is that parents are a little bit different. Their marriage was a little bit different on how I experienced how love works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because growing up, that's what you like. Your number one, how you compare.
It's just like that.
Your parents.
It's just like that. That case study that showed that women who grew up in a household where either the father or somebody was cheating in that household, they found it more acceptable.
Yeah, they think it's okay because that's what they've been grown up.
I never had to deal with that. I didn't have anything. There's nothing in our household that I had to deal with that. But in terms of seeing a marriage run its course at a young age, you kind of.
Yeah, my parents got divorced when I was like a year old.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember a whole lot.
But they always got along, and they always they still.
My parents,
even after they divorced, they still. My dad's very set in his ways. My dad was very set in his ways, man, and that's how I am. Very set in, like, I like being by myself. I am perfectly fine being by myself.
Amen.
And it's a good thing and a bad thing sometimes.
Yeah, loneliness kicks in.
I wouldn't say loneliness,
times.
but you get too comfortable. I don't want to say too happy because I'm always happy. But
Being
you get
alone
actually
is-
happy being by yourself.
Being alone is dangerous because you realize how much you don't need anyone.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a fair statement.
honestly, because I've always been alone. I mean, I've been in one major relationship, which was like 5 years on and off, and that'll probably be the last relationship I'll be in. Honestly, I say that now. Somebody somewhere might come along and change my mind. They might change my outlook on that. But as of right now, I don't care.
I was telling, we were talking about this. I don't think I want to get married.
I don't either. Marriages end so much nowadays. Like, divorce rates are high, especially in our generation.
I think it's like 60%.
Yeah, like a lot of marriages fail, and a lot of people rush into things.
That's a big key. Well, actually, dude, I've noticed. So I've officiated 4 weddings. 3 of them have been close best friends. They all got engaged before a year of dating.
Oh man, see, I couldn't do
and
that.
their relationships are absolutely great.
But see, I feel like I also really, really feel like time does not make a fucking damn, because you can be with somebody for 3 years, and you could really believe that you love them, but you could also be with somebody for 2 months and feel more love or the same love. Like, time does not make it, because somebody can make you feel in 2 months what that person never made you feel in 3 years.
But as men, we fall faster than women do.
Oh yeah, we fall head over fucking heels.
The moment you see a girl you like, dude, you start picturing her in that wedding dress, all that shit, and it's true.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the first time I saw my ex, she was lit up.
Yeah.
And I didn't meet her until a week later, like in person, but I saw her and I remembered her. And I was like, man, she is just stunning. Like, something about her just stuck with me and couldn't get her out of my head. And then I met her and I was like, man, this gotta be fate. It's got to. Like, I just saw you like a week ago at a park, and you were chilling with your friends, smoking a little bit, whatever, and now you're in my truck, like riding down the street, bumping Kevin Gates, whatever. And it's just crazy how stuff happens. 5 years with her,
Damn, it's a long time.
5 years, on and off. She's cheated on me multiple times.
Okay.
I still took her back.
Okay,
I
stop.
forgave her.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
Forgiveness is key, though.
No.
But you have to know when to fold them.
Stop right there. Okay,
But you started.
we have talked about the cheating aspect so many times on this show.
A lot.
There's like a whole, yeah.
Oh, that is the number one most watched video on my TikTok. All the cheating videos that we do. Because I had two people come on here. They were 38 and 36. So they had a lot of life experience, a lot of stuff going on with that. And they tried to call bullshit. Because I have the number one rule, dude. Look, I'm the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life. I'll give you the shirt off my back. But if you do anything to ever wrong me,
That's it.
or disobey my disloyalty, anything that betrays my trust, you are never coming back into that circle again. And I could give two shits if you're living on the side in a cardboard box. Because I will be sitting there in
now,
a comfy chair with a nice drink of watching your life fail miserably.
Now
And
I
smile
have that
while I do
aspect. But back then, I still to this day love her. And I wanted that love to prevail. But now I have the same aspect. I'm like, go ruin your life, I'll watch. I don't care.
But let me ask you this. I really want to get to the root of this because I find it a big problem with guys in our generation. And look, man, I understand sometimes I've gotten to the point where some people, I've listened to different opinions. Some people who have been in long relationships, marriages, dude, for like 10 plus years that have found forgiveness in their heart because, you know, that love's there. And maybe somebody did have a slip up of a weakness.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not going to knock on them for that because if you're going to stand your ground, but you still love the person and you're willing to forgive, that's great for you. And I admire that. I will give you a thumbs up. I mean, good for you. Personally speaking, and I don't have experience with getting cheated on or cheating on somebody. I don't. All I can speak from is knowing how I am as a person, and the two biggest factors that I look for in somebody that I call a friend or somebody that I'm going to pursue romantically is your loyalty and your trust. And those are unforgivable sins. So, how long? All right, let me just dive into this. How did you catch her cheating on you?
It was my cousin. And
Okay.
she didn't know that I knew
Not to mention, she
him.
dated again recently and they just ended.
She didn't know that I, like, he's not a blood cousin, but like our parents, our mothers were best friends for years. We grew up in diapers. She didn't know that I knew his whole family. So as soon as it happened, his family calls me and was like, hey, aren't you dating so-and-so? And I'm like, yeah, why? I was like, well, we actually like are in a fight right now. We were arguing. And they were like, well, she just left. Sorry to tell you. And I was like, wow. So I told her, I was like, do you have fun with so-and-so? And her face dropped. And she was like, how do you know them? I was like, it's my fucking cousin, bro. Like, and I've never cheated a day in my life. Honest to God, never cheated. If I feel like I want somebody else, you are not the one. That's how I feel. If I have any sort of attraction towards anyone else, I would break things off. I would rather break things off and go pursue other interests than to keep you, just keep you tagging along, or I'm trying to think of the proper word to use.
Look, if I was in that situation, you have lost all credibility towards being
she lost it.
Wife material. You have lost all credibility. Yeah, you can keep her around as a fuck buddy, but that is all you will ever be.
Not even
because
that.
At that point, you belong to the streets.
Amen. She belongs to the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
Gave her back, didn't get a refund. It's all right.
But then you took her back.
I did. But
how did she convince you? Because look,
she told me
let's
she
get one thing out of the way,
changed.
that breakups are I don't care what anybody says, breakups are one of the, if not, top 3 hardest things to get over.
Honestly, I completely agree with that. Especially if you genuinely and truly feel in your heart and soul that is the one person.
But that's not what you're feeling. You're not feeling.
I did.
No. What you're feeling is you think that you'll never be able to find somebody better.
Oh no, that's not it. I promise. I
But
know
why
I
are you?
could find better.
But if you know you've been betrayed, you're not thinking with that at that point. You're thinking that you will never be able to find somebody better, which is why you took her back.
But she's not even the best. Like, I know I deserve better. Honest and truly, I really do know that I deserve better. I've been told by my family, friends, loved ones. Everyone's like, she does not deserve you. You are too good of a person, too kind-hearted, too loving and caring, compassionate. She's not worth it. And I was like, well, everybody deserves a chance. Everybody does. I believe everybody deserves second chances, but she's the only one that got like 12 second chances. The only one. Everyone else, I'm like Spider-Man. You only get one. And her, it was just something about her because I genuinely believed that I loved her and nobody else. And I still do love her as a person. Not in the same context as it was previously, but I do love her as a person. She might have done some shitty things. It hurt. I got over it. I forgave her. I didn't forgive her for her. I forgave her for me. Because I wouldn't sit there and harp on that forever. Because all that does is tear you apart.
Oh, no, you don't harp on it.
Like, you got to let go.
Oh, dude, absolutely. 100% let go. But you're not going to sit here and act like you're not going to be happy if you see that person get karma come back at them.
Oh, I know karma's coming back. That's why I'm content.
But all right, how many times did you take her back?
A lot. I mean, it was a lot. Over those 5 years, it wasn't consecutive like 5 years.
How many times did she cheat on you?
That I know of, like 3. And I took her back because in my mind, I believed the bullshit that she was telling me about how she changed. Even when everyone that I know and trust told me she's lying. She's full of shit.
Once a cheater.
Always a cheater. Amen. But I had that hope that she was telling the truth. I believed her over everyone else whenever they were looking at it from the outside. That third eye view is different.
You created a fake persona of her, and you only saw the good, which is why breakups are hard to get over, because once you break up with somebody, whenever they're gone, you start looking at all the good things in that person without failing.
And you overlook
you
the
fail to
negatives.
remember why it is you pulled the plug on the relationship to begin with. And we're all guilty of doing that.
Yeah. We all get stuck on those good times.
That's with breaking up. We're talking right here about being were y'all exclusive, completely exclusive.
Yeah, we were like just me and her together and everything. But I was like so in love that I didn't see all the red flags. I mean, they were fucking red flags. This chick had a banner of red flags.
I dated a girl who lived with her ex.
Oh man, see, I would not do it.
And work for it with it.
See, but nowadays it's different. Like, I have learned from that, and that was my own only real relationship. The last time I took her back,
yeah,
like New Year's, not that long ago. Bro. Yeah. But I only took her back because...
Oh, broke the cap.
I only took her back because... she... So you know the issue
I'm not judging you, but look.
You know the issue with fentanyl going around right now, like really bad, killing people all over the globe.
Yeah, dude.
She was addicted on fentanyl.
It's not an excuse.
I believed that she really did quit. And I told her, I was like, that is the most unattractive thing to me ever. Because of my dad being on drugs my whole childhood. Like, I remember him being on drugs as a kid. Like, I have memories of it. And I was like, that is the most unattractive fucking thing ever. Like, when you are doing that, you are choosing to ruin your life. And I'm sitting here trying to better my life. And you're not promoting me to better my life. You were dragging me down with your anchor, you know? Like, you basically tied your rope to my leg while you're sinking. I'm not about to sink with you. This ain't the Titanic. You ain't finna drown me like Jack, bro.
So I'm making a goal. By the time we're done with this podcast, I'm going to have your ass built up with confidence level.
Man,
And
it's been a while since I've had that.
I'm going to have you built up to where your confidence level, you look back at what you just told me, and you will never make that same mistake again.
Oh, I will never. Absolutely not.
Because let me tell you,
I recently found Jesus, too. Just last night at the bar. I swear to God, I have never in my life believed that God existed.
really,
I believe there is higher power. I'm spiritual. Like, good vibes only. I'm the most positive man you'll ever meet in your life. Because I'm just promoting good. I'm going about trying to do good. That's it. Like, I don't believe there's any time for negativity. Like, what do you get from that? Negative Nancy? Nothing. Nothing.
it draws bad energy.
Right. And you can't do good if you're focused on all the bad. You can't. So I have never been spiritual. I'm not religious. I've always been spiritual. My mom told me, she was like, I'm not going to force y'all into a religion if that's not what you want. She said, I will bring you to church if that is what you want. If you want to be Baptist, Catholic, Christian, you can make that decision. I will support you. And for a mother to do that, I really respect that a lot, giving us that choice, because that's a dramatic choice in life. Like, people that have been born into Christianity and forced to go to church every Sunday since infants, like, that's all they know. That's how they live their life. It's a different way of life. But me not being forced into that, it was a good thing and a bad thing, because I feel like there's no discipline.
Yep.
There's no moral code to follow, because I'm a free spirit. But last night, this man, and look, I think I know his name.
You know,
He was a rapper. And I was like, gold grill in his mouth, diamonds, he was a rapper. Did not expect him to come out with the words that he came with. And
Lecrae's a good Christian rapper too.
his name's YS Drill on Snapchat. But he said some stuff that really just resonated. And I don't remember word for word, but he's going through a divorce right now. He was like, my baby mama, we have 2 kids, a son and a daughter. He was like, that is the only woman that I love. And he was like, I pray to God to show me a sign. And God sends me signs. He was like, and, it goes back to the story about the man on the island. And he was like, God will save me. And then a boat comes by, and he's like, the boat's like, come on, do you want us to save you? He's like, nope, God will save me. Another boat comes by. He's like, nope, I'm good. God will save me. Another boat comes by. He's like, nope, I'm good. God will save me. Then he dies, goes to heaven. He said, God, why didn't you save me? And God said, I sent you 3 boats.
Yep.
It's the signs that you don't realize are signs that you just completely ignore, you're oblivious to. And he preached at the bar, and it might have been me drunk, but it really resonated, how he said it.
That sometimes will do that, man. You know what the crazy thing is? You brought up your mom, letting y'all pick your own choices. So, my dad was Jewish, wasn't practicing. Every Sunday, me, my little sister, my older sister went to a Catholic school. My older sister is now atheist. We had to make our confirmations at 18. We all had to make our confirmation. After that, free to do whatever we want spiritually. Older sister's atheist. Younger sister she believes in multiple gods, so pagan, I believe. And then you got me. I am Catholic. I believe strongly in my religion. Am I the best practicing Catholic? Absolutely not. Am I the best Christian? Absolutely not. Based on principles, yes. My actions and choices, no. However, I do whenever I get up in the morning, the first thing I do before I take a sip of water or a hit of my vape, I will get up, say my prayers. Then, if it's 12 o'clock, if it's 11:59 at night, and I'm still laying in bed, at 12 o'clock, if I haven't fallen asleep, I have to get up, come back up here, say my prayers again, just in case I don't wake up in the morning. So, but I do believe whenever we die, here's my belief. Whenever we die, we go up there and we're asked one question. The one man that you cannot BS is going to ask you, do you believe that you were a good person? Can you look at yourself in the mirror every day and believe that you're a good person?
I personally do not believe that I am a good person. I believe good people do not exist, but there are people who do good things. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, but I think it's what you...
Because we're born into sin.
We are, but what I'm saying is...
Everybody sins throughout their life. We all do things that are not good. At least once.
Being a good person is about, your compassion towards others. Look, dude,
you can do a bad thing with good intentions.
Yeah.
Does that make you a good person?
Well, being a good person, I would define being a good person as whenever nobody's around.
Yeah, what do you do when no one's looking?
What do you do?
I tell you what I do. I ain't gonna tell you what I do.
Like nowadays, they have a really bad thing with like sex trafficking in Louisiana and Texas, all through the South.
Yeah.
Like they really do. And they have, like I remember not that long ago in Baton Rouge, they had like panel vans that would park at gas stations, and they would wait on women to come to the gas station and like go in or something, and they would act like perfume salesmen, and they would like be like, hey, do you want to try this perfume? Do you want to smell it? It was chloroform. They would hit them with the chloroform in a perfume bottle and then throw them in the van.
Ladies, all right, so if you're ever walking in a parking garage in your car, you see your car, a van parked next to it, especially it's going to probably be on the driver's side door. If you ever see a van parked next to your car and it wasn't there, do not go to your car, find the nearest security guard or call the police locally. If you're in a predicament to where you have no other option, get in through the passenger side door. That I read up on this. I tried to read up on these things, man, because as a brother of two sisters and the godfather of 6 godchildren and 5 of them being girls, if anything, if there was ever a scratch on their body and I found out who did it,
it'd be hell.
You will visit me in an orange jumpsuit. If you ever want to see the wrath of God unleashed on the earth, mess with a man's loved ones that are women in his family.
Yep.
Go ahead and test your luck. Don't test your luck.
My sister lives in Florida, and her boyfriend, they got in a fight one time, and he put his hands on her.
Oh, no.
And I'm in Louisiana. I'm putting fucking shoes on, ready to hop in the car in my piece of shit straight fucking headers. I'm finna 0 miles to the gallon all the way to Florida. Like, I did not care. Like, the second you touch a single hair on her head, that's over with. You lost our respect.
Let me reiterate, too, what I just said about the parking garage thing, because I think it's very important. If you're ever, this could go for men, too.
And if you get that eerie feeling,
trust
your gut.
Trust your gut.
Really.
If you're ever in a predicament to where you're parked and you see a van that looks sketchy or any kind of car that's sketchy next to your vehicle, do not approach it. First step is find the nearest security guard or call the police and stay where you're at or walk back inside. Like I said, if you're out of options, go in through your passenger side door. Do not go in on the same area that van's parked directly next to you. Passenger side door, lock the doors, start the car, back it out like that. but never get in through the driver's side door if that van is right next to it. I made it a point.
Especially like out of state plates too.
Yes.
If it looks suspicious, trust your gut and try to use the buddy system if you can. Like have someone with you, because it's easier for two people to fight off an attacker or anything than it is for one.
I'm not letting you get off the hook. I'm not
letting me live it down.
I'm not letting you get off the hook with this. Because I told you, the one thing you're going to take away, this is the second time I meet you, the one thing you're going to be able to take away whenever you leave this household today is that you're going to be walking out of here a more confident man and a more sure of himself man. So you said New Year's. Was that the 5th time you said it happened?
More than that.
What were you feeling? So that amount of pain, I can't even imagine the amount of pain that would be coursing through my body.
It was really hard to overcome. It really was. Like I'm a grown man,
and I know way too many people who go back. Everybody goes back
because we hope and pray that things are different this time, even though we know in our minds it's not. It's gonna be the same. I think we're attracted to the toxicity,
the drama part of it. But that's completely different. Cheating and drama is two different things.
We all want what we can't have. If you think about it.
But how is that what you can't have? Obviously, you've had her, and I'm not trying to say it towards you. You've had her, and a lot of other people have had her.
A lot of other people, yeah.
So what I want you to understand whenever I'm telling you all these things is, and I'll show you the video after, but it's not that you're looking for the opportunity for them to make up for their bad behavior. At the end of the day, you have to realize that you, as an individual, are the opportunity for them. And once you realize that, your self-worth and your level of confidence within yourself will be so through the roof that you will never in your life ever allow some shit like that to happen to you again.
See, I feel like I was the best thing that ever happened to her, because when she came into my life, she was broken, distraught. She was in pieces, and I put her back together, you know.
But you shouldn't.
In a
That's
sense,
where you messed up.
I should not have. You were right. I should have just let her do that on her own. And you know, that's also the thing with now I really do realize you cannot be in a relationship with somebody who is not happy with themselves. If you don't love yourself, you will never love anyone else. And she did not love herself. And I loved myself whenever we first got together. And now I hate myself. She drained my life force, my essence, like courage, charisma, everything. My compassion, all of it gone.
You can't go into a relationship. People who go into a relationship expecting the other person to be their source of joy and happiness.
It develops dependencies.
No, you should go into a relationship individually, each being happy, and share that happiness
Combine the
together.
happiness. Amen. Couldn't have said it better myself. But when you go in and you depend on that person for your happiness, it's one-sided. You know, like you're draining that other person. Because, you know, if I'm happy and she's not happy, she is, you know, depending on me to make her happy. Even though you can't do that. You can't do it. All they do is drain your happiness, bring you down, because they're expecting you to be their happiness, to be their escape, their, you know, go-to for everything. They want you to fix all their problems. I'm sorry, honey, but some shit cannot be fixed. There are some people who are good people, and some people are just pieces of shit.
And you gotta look back to where they have to look within themselves. But what people, and I find the biggest problem that I see in generations nowadays is the lack of awareness of your true self, the lack of awareness of how much value you hold.
Yes.
The lack of awareness of how much confidence plays a part, how much your body language plays. You can be a pessimistic person and still find love. But you're going to find it with somebody who's pessimistic. The thing that I urge everybody to do, take a piece of paper, write down, it's like a pros and cons list. Write down your top 5 qualities that you look for in a potential partner. Then write down actually start off with 20. The top 20 qualities you look for. The top 20 qualities that you could absolutely never date somebody that they had.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to get both of those. So narrow it down to your top 5 in each category.
Yeah,
the top 5 qualities that you would never be able to date somebody if they had. And the top 5 qualities that somebody absolutely has to have in order for you to date them. After you look at those top 5 qualities that you look for in a person, look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I embody those qualities? And if you don't, you got some work to do.
Yeah. Got to improve some things because you're asking for more than you can even offer.
What you fear, you attract also, too.
Yes, I believe that at 100%.
Your job as a man is to show your interest. All right. After that, women should be pursuing us.
Yeah.
Our job as a man is to lead.
If you chase
we
too
lead,
much,
you got to do the small things. You can't get complacent. But your woman should always be chasing you.
Yeah. If you chase them too much, you end up pushing them away.
Women are like cats. Men are like dogs. Apollo, y'all walk into the door. He runs up to you. He's going to keep kissing on you, jumping on top of you, no matter what, right?
Yeah.
It's like a guy whenever he sees a hot girl that he likes.
Yeah. They're attracted to him.
You walk into a house with a cat. That cat's going to be very slow to approach you.
Yeah, like sneaky stealth.
And it might take at least an hour before that cat comes and rubs up on your leg.
But they're watching the whole time.
They're watching you the entire time, but it might take an hour for that cat to rub up on your leg. Then that cat is going to sit there. Once that cat rubs up on your leg, the cat's going to sit there for about 5-10 minutes. Then the cat's going to leave. Now cat wants to go outside. What happens when the cat goes outside? What happens if you just start chasing the cat?
It's going to run away.
Bingo.
I mean, what happens
Women are like cats and men are like dogs.
Because if you chase a dog, the dog's going to play with you.
Yeah.
You chase a cat, it's gone.
Bingo.
Bingo bongo.
When did you decide that you were never going to give her another chance?
Honestly,
have you made that decision yet?
I have. I am 100% done because.
Are you 100% done or 110% done?
110% done. I am not.
You do realize if I ever find out that you went back to this woman,
I'll tell him.
I'm not.
I expect you to.
I am not. I really am not because
I will drive wherever you are and shove my foot so far up your ass.
All I do, like by accepting her lies and like believing the bullshit stories that she tells me, I'm making myself look stupid. Like, yes. Completely fucking dumb.
Look, kid, I can already after just talking to you, I can say I love you, buddy. And let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna treat you like I treat my friends now. So, yes, you are making yourself look stupid.
And
that doesn't mean I love you any less.
I can't belittle myself like that. I really cannot. Because I know in my heart that I'm a good person. I am going places. If there is a heavenly, afterlife, I should be there. I might not, but I should. Because I've done nothing but good in my life. There was a certain time in my life where I was a very fucked up human being, we'll say. But I've made up in turn for that 10 times. 10 times. And I've tried. I'm going about trying to do good. I try to better everybody that comes in my life. I don't know why I attract sadness. It's weird. Like Chelsea will tell you, it's really strange. Like girls feel like they can talk to me openly because I'm understanding. Like last night they had this girl and she's rolling on Molly. Like, I mean, rolling. Her eyeballs, I didn't even see any color. It was just pupil. And she was, like, throwing up in the bathroom and stuff. And I'm like, hey, come on outside. It's cold. You need some water. Like, just, cool air, some water. We'll put some jams on, whatever you want to listen to, just to get you in the vibe. Because the bar is not where you want to be when you're rolling. You do not want to be there. It's just too many people. The environment, the atmosphere. It's not like and I'm sober now, 4 weeks. So like I'm really proud of myself.
Good shit.
And I had to babysit her, and it took me like 30 minutes to get her to calm down, and she just started spilling out everything that was bothering her. And I'm just like, it's okay, because you can't control everything. Like, you try so hard to control every single thing in life, but you can't. You just got to roll with the punches. Like, life is a wave. You just got to surf it.
I'll interject there, because I do believe that we can control our own fate.
To an extent.
But I do believe, I am a firm believer in you grab life by the balls and you fucking take off with it.
I would hope somebody didn't do that to me.
Well, sorry, life. I grabbed you by the balls. Because once you take, so there's a funny, and I bring this up a lot. One of my long childhood friends, the guy got 1 B in his entire life in school that I've known him. And we had our yearbook quotes, and his quote was, if you can believe and achieve, you can dream, succeed, something like that. There's some long inspirational quote. And this is my life quote. Obviously, I had to take fuck out of it. But you see his long quote, and underneath you see me holding up my godchild in my football uniform with my headband on, looking like Superfly at a pep rally. Scott Davis. Sometimes you got to quit dipping your foot in the pool and dive the hell in. Okay, so it's been approximately 1 month and 17 days.
Give or take. But
how many times have you talked to her since?
Well, so the last message that I received was actually, I believe it was on Valentine's Day. And she said something about, my friend posted a picture of me and our friend group and was like, happy Valentine's Day to all of my Valentines. Just as friends.
Yeah.
And she was like, I hope you're happy with her. Y'all are so cute together. I laughed my ass off. Literally laughed my ass off, because I'm like, it's my friend. Like, what? I was like, I'm not even with her.
Oh, was it a picture of y'all two?
No, this was my friend in Baton Rouge. But she was like, I saw the Facebook post. I was like, okay, I have friends. Try again. And
what did you really say?
I said, okay, Ann, I have friends. Try again. She said, LOL. I said, I'm sorry you missed me, but we're not talking. Why do you have to be so mean? I'm not being mean. You're being toxic. Then I got the little paragraph. I'll always love you. We tried to make it work. It just didn't. I hate that we can't talk every once in a while without fighting. I want you to be happy, and I want to be happy too. I'm not going to lie. I hate seeing you with other people. It hurts. But we need to move on. But if we're meant to be, then we'll find each other again. I'm sorry I was being childish. I just don't want us to end things on bad terms. I said, we already ended. Have a good day. I'm not trying to have you text my shit. I was just apologizing. Bye, Gavin. I said, happy Valentine's Day.
I'll give you some on that. Man.
I feel like I addressed the situation properly.
You did a phenomenal job of addressing that. Because one, whenever she said, I don't want to end things on bad terms.
We already
bitch, you fucking already did.
You fucked me over.
And I never call women bitches, dude. But I mean,
she's a bitch.
A bitch is like, if you cheat on one of my boys, you are a bitch.
Right. Multiple times at that.
If you're multiple times, you're a cunt.
Like, you didn't just do it one time.
Oh, I not just said the C word. Oh yeah.
Like, you did not just do it one time. It was like multiple times, and then you still claim that you will always love me. How? How do you love somebody and do that? You that's not love.
Okay, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for a second.
It's a good movie.
One thing I can say that they say they love you. Yeah, that very well could be true. but they have a problem in terms of once something starts going wrong in a relationship, they resort to somebody else, filling that gap, that void.
Yes. See, when we like broke up within the 5 years, you know, because it was on and off. There were certain times I never moved on. Never. Like, I'm just now moving on.
Did you allow yourself to experience those emotions of the hurt?
Yes.
That's good.
That's
good.
See, I'm not like regretting or, you know, feeling remorse or any of that. I am appreciative that all of that stuff happened. I know that it sounds a little fucked up. Like, who is appreciative that they got cheated on, that they got hurt so bad? I'm really appreciative because I was able to experience that in my life. I was able to experience true love, or on my end at least, it was true love. I did not ever cheat. I did not, like, you know, pardon my French, but she was the only girl that could make my dick hard. She could walk in a room, stood up at attention. If she walked in my house, I knew she was there because my dick got hard instantly.
We had two people on OnlyFans on here. You're good, I promise you.
I could not get hard for anyone else at all. Like, I mean, they could try. They could try. But it would not happen because she was on my mind. And I'm just now getting to where, like, it's not like that.
Now, here's where, again, I'll say my decisions and thought process with all that, how I would handle it is skewed from yours. One, because I've never been in love.
Man, it's painful. Like, honestly, it's not always easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's a battle.
Well, nothing is.
It is a battle.
But also, if you are in a relationship, it shouldn't be a constant battle.
It should not.
Love is supposed to be fun.
It wasn't. I will give her that. I will give her the benefit that it was not always a battle. But with her addictions and then her, you know, causing me to develop my own addictions, the only time we got along was when we were both high.
So, all right.
And that I felt like...
And she would have you pay for her addiction.
Yeah, I was supplying her addiction because she refused to get a job. I tried to motivate her to get a job. I was like, you know, you could be a waitress. You could work at Waffle House. You could work at McDonald's. I don't care. Just get a job. Just something. Because at least, you know, I've been low. And now I won't work for less than like $25 an hour. I will not. I'm not. There was a time in my life when I was so low, could not find work. I was struggling. I went to work at Circle K, the gas station. I was like $7.25 an hour.
That's how much they get paid?
That's how, in Baton Rouge, that's how much I got paid. $7.25. Stock in the cooler.
For all that shit those people put up with?
Man, I 40 hours a week, $7.25, working 2 stores, and I was in charge of 2 different coolers. All of the soft drinks, beers, waters, everything. I had to stock, organize. I had to catalog all of the inventory. Every shipment that came in, I had to be there before the shipment to make room for the shipment, everything. I put up with a lot of shit. It was a lot of work for a not enough pay. But I did that, and just having a job, you know, at that time when I was in a low state, like I was in a low point, just having that job put me in a positive aspect. It really did. And that in turn led to other jobs. Like, it was just temporary for me. That's why I was listed part-time. But just having work to do, because I cannot sit on my ass. I cannot. It's not who I am. I have to do something. I have to get going. I have to be productive. You know, some kind of motivation. I just can't sit there and do nothing. I can't. It's not me. And that job gave me what I needed at that time. And then shortly after that, I wrecked my truck. Like, I totaled it out. Flipped it. It flipped and rolled from front to back and side to side 8 times. And I was ejected from the windshield. And I was found like 60 yards from the truck, in a puddle of water with hypothermia in a coma. It was crazy. Crazy.
So,
I lost everything I had that night.
All right. So, the takeaway from all this, because have you been thinking of any questions?
I've been thinking, but I haven't decided.
Dude, just shoot them all.
It's hard. Like,
Dude, shoot them all. What I'm gonna ask you one more. Then I'm telling you, man, you have the opportunity to do something that nobody else has had the opportunity to do. But I'm gonna finish with this conversation that we had with this. Do you think that because of what you went through with her, that is going to affect long term your relationships?
like future.
Yeah.
See, I feel like if you are stuck on the past, or if you keep looking back on the past, you'll get nowhere in the future, because it's nice to remember the past, but you can't let the past play such a part in your future, because, and particularly, like, if you focus on what this one person did to you and you never get over it, you're ruining future relationships before they even start, because you're expecting them to do what that person did. You're expecting things to happen how that stuff happened to you. You can't do that. You can't, because the person that comes along, they might be a great person, but because that shitty person fucked you up and fucked you over, like, you are ruining them, and they don't deserve that.
But you fear you attract.
They didn't do anything to you to deserve, whatever. And you end up unintentionally taking out anger or frustrations on that person, that were given to you from the past.
Yep.
And, letting go it's one of the hardest things to do. Like, I would say letting go is worse than the heartbreak itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, in my opinion.
That's fair.
That's just my personal opinion, because your heart can be broken, and, that hurts a lot. Sometimes people go into a deep depression. I was in a deep depression, probably still am, not sure.
Dude, yes, you were. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why that's never going to happen to you again.
I'm not going to let it.
You're never going to let that happen to you again. You're going to make a pact right here in front of all UnWoKeN.
Everyone.
You're going to make a pact. Because the one thing I want you to promise yourself, too, is you're going to understand your value as a man.
Yep.
You're going to understand your value. And nobody's ever going to treat you
that
like
way.
that shit
Fuck
ever
that.
Again.
Fuck that. Plain
And you will never allow it to happen again.
Oh, no.
Because by the time you're walking out that door,
confidence high,
you're gonna know your self-worth. And I believe you're starting to already know it right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're starting to, dude, once you start hearing shit, once you hear coming from somebody else who's been, and this is UnWoKeN, somebody who's come alive inside, and they're looking at you and seeing that same person that they saw before they got alive inside, it fucking empowers you.
It's like the enlightenment.
You fucking feel that fucking, it's like a bonfire slowly building up within. And you just want to fucking run through a brick wall. I wouldn't.
Like the Kool-Aid man.
I wouldn't try to do it.
It would hurt.
It would hurt. But if you want to go for it, you fucking go for it.
Full send. No hesitation. Straight penetration.
I put on a helmet.
I would too. I have brain damage, so like.
Yeah. You're done the club. I mean.
Concussions are
a helmet and mouthpiece, maybe.
Yeah, I do have nice teeth.
Don't want to fuck up the teeth.
Got to. Because, even if you're missing an eyebrow, the first thing you notice is a missing tooth.
Yep, 100%.
And that's the first thing I look at. Whenever I see, like, if I look at a woman, the first thing I look at is her eyes and her smile.
Teeth. Yep.
If the smile's off, that's the first thing.
And smell.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Hygiene is a must.
Hygiene is the number one most important thing.
If she's got bad hygiene, can't do it. If you don't take care of yourself, I can't do that. I can't. I just cannot, will not, should not, could not. Man.
You're not going to catch me slipping.
Cannot. At all.
Like I said, remember, it goes back to embody what you want to see in somebody.
Right. You can't You can't have poor hygiene and expect them to have good hygiene. Because that's like the most contradictory thing that you could do.
And you cannot let, like my barber, I told my barber, you cannot let one rip in front of your woman and expect her not to fire back.
Yeah. Even if it ain't a fart, you're opening the floodgates.
You are opening up the floodgates.
So, back to the whole love story.
All right.
Why is it that you've never been in love?
I guess, dude.
Like, have you just not had it happen, or you've just never felt that towards somebody? Like, what is the reasoning why you've never?
I think because I always want more.
Are you ever satisfied with what you have, though, or do you always just want more?
I can honestly say, dude, I'm never just satisfied with things.
There's always more to offer.
Not more to offer from somebody. Look, one of the things that my sisters brought up, they said the reason why you say that is because you haven't found the right one. That might be true, but then again, I might just be the person that I like my single life because I get to focus on what I'm doing with myself.
Yeah.
The number one thing that I'm focused on right now, I can't give somebody my time right now.
Yeah, you're focused on you.
I'm focused on building a brand.
That's like the same thing with me, with building my construction company.
And I can't give somebody all of me.
Not whenever I have so much invested.
I can't.
And
that's not fair to them.
It's not.
And it's not fair to me.
So that's why.
I'd say right now that's why.
Right
for
now.
Sure.
But what about in the past?
In the past? No, man, it was mainly lust. It was a lust thing.
Just a horn dog.
Because I've only been in four relationships.
I've only been in 2.
Well, no, you know what? I'm actually going to exclude high school 2-3 months relationships. I'm going to exclude that.
Yeah, I don't count that. If it's a year or more, I consider it.
The longest is 8 months.
See, my longest was my ex of 5 years. And before that, there was this Hispanic chick.
But I take my sweet ass time getting to know somebody.
Yeah, I can't just... See, I'm all for the one night stands if you're like just trying to bury a bone or get one under the belt, you know. But,
women think the same way we do, man. They're just better about keeping it quiet.
Oh yeah, women are the most like secretive people in the world.
Yeah.
Like you talk about men keep secrets? Hell no. Hell no. If you got inside a woman's mind, the shit you would find out.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing whenever you actually understand women.
Yeah. Like if I was a psychology major, it would be like a whole different ballgame. Because women snitch themselves out without opening their mouth.
You got to realize one thing about women and gentlemen. It's the best advice I'll ever give you. Well, some of the best advice. If your woman is ever mad at you for not taking out the trash, she ain't mad at you for not taking out the trash, partner. There's been things that you've been doing that have led up to that pissed offness
and
all the way through.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
And just wait. If you don't ever talk about your damn body counts, I'm going to reiterate that again.
You've got some good questions, like honest and truly. And I just can't think of them like that. Like, I don't know how you come off the dome.
I'm a very deep thinker, dude.
All right, you said you've been in 4 relationships.
We're going to go 2.
2?
Yeah.
8 months was the longest?
Yeah. Why
did that 8-month relationship end?
She was living with her ex.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
That was like the deal breaker?
No.
You were together while she was living with her ex?
So she worked for me too.
Oh, man.
But here's the thing. So whenever we started off, just whenever she was single, we tried to keep it so private that she'd come over like 10:30 at night and leave at 4 o'clock in the morning.
That would be a little sus.
And that was just like, it was the thrill and it was the
adrenaline,
the lust, the adrenaline of it all, and like keeping it hidden. And once you do that enough, it starts developing into feelings. And a woman, whenever they've only been broken up. They dated for 5 years. Went to a small school.
So it was like small town
thing? Yeah. So she wasn't able to experience all those emotions and have time away from that. So you have to be careful of a woman on a rebound because her emotions are very raw.
And it's all tangled.
And I made every excuse. Like, I don't understand they had to live with each other. But at first I didn't care, dude. Like, at first I know there's no competition when it comes down to me. But I'd be lying to you if I'd say it doesn't take a toll.
Yeah, it gets to you. You might be okay with it at
once
first.
Once you start getting more serious.
But then your mind starts thinking
once
about
you get more serious with that person, then that's whenever it starts to take the toll. Like, all right, yeah, you're living together, but you should not be going grocery shopping together and
doing everything.
Yeah,
that's like too much.
Yeah, and that's when
sus.
And that's whenever we had a talk one time. She goes, I think I just need a little bit of time, and we were sitting in that bed, and I said, hey, look, you know what? You ever change your mind, give me a call. That's all I said. I don't do breaks.
Nope. I
do not allow you to dictate.
See, there's only
the terms
one
in this relationship. It's not going to happen because one thing, and this, I learned it, man. It's the thing I'm most proud about. Yeah, it sucked making the decision I had to make, but I flat out just said, look, I grateful for all the time we spent together. I love your family. And that's the hardest part about breakups, dude, is the family.
Oh, man.
Whenever you're tight with the family.
Yeah, especially when they love you.
Yeah, and they love you, and you know, like that love is gonna fade because that person's gonna start saying bad things about you. If you're gonna get to the top with doing shit like this, you have to go outside of your box.
Yeah.
You got to
get out of that comfort zone.
You have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions.
Yeah.
And have guests on here that you might second guess if you should post that.
Yeah.
And I have had...
You've got to have that wonder.
I've spent entire nights sitting right here after doing a show and listening back to audio. And you can ask her how long sometimes it takes for me to reply. And I might be on... I might be listening to the same audio for 5 minutes, just literally thinking, okay, am I going to put this in? But at the same time, I shouldn't do that anymore because I never fucking, it's not even an option. It's fucking going in the show.
Yeah.
This is UnWoKeN. This is the most unfiltered fucking show that has ever been put on any streaming device.
Why have a filter? What's the fun in that?
There's no point in having a fucking filter.
Like, if you can't express shit, if you've got to filter everything, why would you even say it? Why would you even talk?
This right here, dude, this whole experience with doing all of this, it was definitely a huge leap dropping out of school and investing all the money I made in my stocks into this. A huge leap. But for the first time in my life...
Was that a hard decision?
It really wasn't. It really wasn't. The hardest part was... I'd say pulling out all my money out of my stocks.
Man, what year did you pull it out? This year?
This year.
Or 2021 technically?
2021 technically.
But late to 2021?
In June of 2021.
Man, see, I never invested in stocks.
My stocks were great, and I literally, for the first time in my life, completely all out and went and bet on myself.
That's the best bet you could place.
And it was kind of like, this is UnWoKeN, an awakening within myself more than I already had.
It's like finding your true self.
It's not finding your true self. It's finding what you like to do, what your shtick is. What am I good at? I'm good. I had a conversation with that fucking tree outside before y'all got here for about an hour.
Man, I had an experience like that one time on DMT. I literally talked to a tree.
Oh, see, I didn't do that. I just had the conversation with the tree in general.
I couldn't talk to a tree sober, but I mean, I literally talked to a tree for like 6 hours.
His name's Steve. You can go talk to him after this.
Oh, what kind of tree is it?
Yeah, he's not setting tone on what he wants his preferred pronouns to be.
Oh, he's still working on the pronouns.
No. With the tree pronouns though, he doesn't know he wants to be an oak or a maple.
That's a hard choice.
or palm?
Maybe. I'm not sure. What about a pecan tree? He might
Did
want
you
to.
say pecan?
Yes.
Pecan?
Pecan.
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 Pecan. Pecan.
Pecan. How you say it, Chelsea?
How do you say caramel?
Caramel.
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 What the heck?
Caramel.
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 It's like
That-
camel
don't
with an
sound right.
R.
You're saying it too much.
What?
It don't sound right now. You keep saying it.
See, now you're considering how to pronounce it.
Camel.
Caramel.
It sounds like I
Caramel.
said camel.
You just changed it. You said caramel.
See, now I'm confused.
Caramel.
Why would you say it like that? There's so many like.
Caramel.
Man,
Yeah.
How do you spell it? Well, we could sound it out.
camel.
You want to sound it out?
It sounds like a different word now.
It's like people say mature,
What?
Mater?
like mature.
Oh,
People-
mature. I was like mater. I'm thinking-
People who say mature instead of mature.
I've never heard anyone say that.
Dude,
Now look, I did go up north.
Watch the view.
I went up north one time to Arkansas, and I know Arkansas is not that far from Louisiana. It's really not.
It's north, boy.
It's right there.
Anything
Like,
above anything over I-10
man,
is Arkansas.
I drove from Louisiana, Baton Rouge, to Arkansas. I kid you not, 2 hours.
I made it back from Mobile, Alabama, to Lafayette in 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Man, I don't know how I made it back in 2 hours, but I'm not gonna lie, I was doing 160 the whole way.
We're having a dick swinging competition now.
My Toyota out there taps out at 100, and I hate it.
Dude, I had my my Lexus. Her name was Lexi, and
I haven't found a name for my little Yoda yet.
so well. Here's the funny thing. So whenever I was cleaning out my dad's house, he only drove that Cadillac to the gas station and the grocery store. He had a separate car for his players. So on Sundays, he'd take out the Cadillac. And my dad invented Gym Tan Laundry from Jersey Shore. My dad was the ultimate Guido. I shit you not. This man literally, he laid out in his pool for 8 hours a day. The only time he'd get out is if he needed to go grab another pack of cigarettes or another beer. And
That's it.
That's it. His cell phone stayed in his glove compartment.
See, I wish people could do that nowadays.
And dude, I actually almost did because last year my old iPhone stopped working, so I had to use a flip phone. And 3 days in, after calling the insurance for the iPhone, I tried to call them back and say, "Y'all can keep the iPhone. I'm keeping the flip phone." But anyway, so yeah, speaking of the gas mileage, so Lexi got 32 to the gallon.
God damn, that's a lot.
So cleaning out my dad's stuff, and then last thing is outside is that Cadillac. I look at my little sister. I look down at my keys. I toss my keys to her and said, "Happy birthday. I ain't getting rid of this Cadillac.
Just can't.
Can't do it."
It's like that sentiment.
And I'm Sicilian.
You just can't do it. Like, see, for me, my dream truck was a 1996 or 97 Ford F-250 four-door long bed. I loved it. Square
It's a
body.
lot of fucking words for a truck.
It's square body. You know, the old 90s.
Yeah.
Square body, four-door. Fucking, and I see the 7.3 International. Best motor that Ford ever put in them cars. Ever. 7.3 turbo diesel. Or the non-turbo. Either one. I'm fine with it. I love diesels. But the 460 big block. See, the 7.3 is an international made engine. It's not Ford. It's international. And International is a known trucking company. You know, like they build big rigs, 18-wheelers. But the 460 big block was a beast. I mean, a fucking beast. I tried to pick one of those engines up by myself. Broke my back. It's huge. But I can rebuild one from, like, I can take it apart, put it back together, rebuild it in a day.
Well, I'll tell you what, buddy. We're going to do another show again soon. We're at the 2 hour and 5 minute mark.
Yeah.
It's a long show. So
It's a
I'm not
long
going
one.
So we're going to do another. You're going to come back on as a
We'll
guest.
be back.
Well, folks, y'all got a chance. This is one of the best conversations I ever had on the show.
We will do it again.
My boy, Mr. Gavin Kraft. As always, I'm Scott Davis. This is UnWoKeN. God bless. Take care, and I'll see your asses next week.